If you want to win tester for this game, or I guess early access, same thing basically, then make sure you like this video, subscribe, and join my Discord. I'll put that link in the description. And the more views this video gets, the more tester spots I'll be able to give away, so maybe comment to help it out. And now this video is one of the few videos where I'm not going to try and be unbiased at all. I don't give a shit. I don't know. Their entire mod team is on a power trip, and their whole loner team is being weird. For example, they were banning people, and specifically content creators, for being inside the Type Reborn server, even without making a video on it. Like my friend Midnight, I don't know if you know him, but he makes a lot of these progression videos, right? He didn't even make a video on the game. Like, not a single one, but basically his content creator role got taken away. That was just for simply being inside the Discord server. Now, there's some creators that they didn't take their roles away because I guess those ones are bigger and they don't want to piss them off, like AGZ. I don't know why they take away Midnight's. Leave AGZ alone, probably because he's, you know, much bigger. They banned Corgi for a few seconds and then unbanned him and they're like, haha, you got banned. Funny joke. You know, Corgi took that little, like a little good boy. For some reason. Me personally, I crashed out, and I did crash out. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on and on. We're here today to talk about Fullbringers, right? And also, I guess, the Type Soul stuff that's going on. Now, Fullbringers and Type Reborn are already here, or they're basically already sneaked. I'll just put some sneaks on the screen and whatnot, and you can just look at it, have fun. Fullbringers in Type Soul, I don't think they're coming anytime soon. I think that their dev team is more focused on making Hell and I guess reworking some other things. And don't get me wrong, even though I'm not being biased, I have to admit it is pretty cool. They do have some pretty cool looking stuff. That doesn't fix the fucking game. The reason I'm even making so many Type Reborn videos is so that it gets more popularity than Type Soul. I'm just gonna keep it 100%. Now the question of if I think Type Reborn is going to be better than Type Soul, just because they have Fullbringers and probably more things in the future, I don't know. Who knows? The game could just fucking die. It could fail on all its promises. It could die. That is always a possibility. And I don't think Type Soul is going to DMCA the game. It's not like they could, because if they could, they would have done it. And I've heard from basically everyone I've ever talked to about Type Soul that the game is boring and dry. So if you disagree with that, please tell me, because I haven't seen many people say that the game is fun and amazing. Now don't get me wrong, Type Soul did used to be really fun, but even back when I was playing, to be honest, the game was dry. I only got on for a few hours, make a video, get off. That's basically it. And I'm assuming that's still what content creators nowadays do. The only reason that they're making videos on this game is because it's so easy to make videos on. Which I guess is a good thing. It is a very good thing. Because this game does have more content than other games, say like Strongest Battlegrounds. Try making a Strongest Battlegrounds video that actually has some content and isn't just you trolling with your friends, or the sussy e-girl Baka gets trolled by KJ. Oh, her mom came? But just because something is easy to make content on doesn't mean it's fun to make content. I'll give you an example right now. Say I'm a gacha YouTuber and I'm making fucking Genshin Impact videos. If my Genshin Impact video is easy to make because I made a guide before the character or whatever they have comes, it's easy. Does that mean that I enjoy the game? No, it does not. What makes a game fun to you is very subjective, but I think Fullbringers will be probably the most interesting thing after Hell. And I have a feeling that both of these games are going to do things in a kind of reverse way, whereas Type Soul is going to release Hell and then probably Fullbringers after. The opposite is true for Type Reborn. And in my honest opinion, I do think it's going to be very hard for Type Reborn to get more players than Type Soul. It will be competition, but I don't think it's going to be enough competition to like put them at 5 players again. The only thing that could put Type Soul at that low of a player count again is if they just quit updating the games, give up, and hey, maybe keep being a dick to all their content creators. That would help. But it's not just the content creators, it's literally everybody in the entire community. Like, I've seen people get banned or muted or, you know, whatever, timed out for weeks, days, any amount of time for literally nothing. Like, absolutely no reason. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Type Soul is a bad game at all, so don't get it twisted. I'm saying I don't like the developers, or no. I don't like the owners, and I don't like the mod team, or staff, or whatever they're called. That's what I don't like about Type Soul. I have no issues with the game because I don't play it, right? And if you have issues with the game, then, I mean, I wouldn't know. But no matter what, Fullbringers are 100% gonna make this game more fun. And if we're just being honest, bro, like, I'm gonna keep it at 100%. Everybody wants a new race. They want to play a new progression. They want to have something new to do. They don't want the same progression over and over and over again, because right now Type Soul is literally just PvP on PvP on PvP with some freaky devs. And now I think most of the Type Soul players don't really give a shit what the devs do at this point. I genuinely don't know, because maybe they've actually just separated the game from the developers, and that's not a bad thing, but me personally, I can't. And the reason I think that Type Reborn is going to do their Fullbringers much better is because, well, they just have better communication. In this game, I feel like I actually have a voice, and I can actually give opinions or, you know, interact with the community, because there's been so many things that just the community has come up with, and then we just put it into the game. And now it's a double-edged sword, because there could always be some suggestions that people want, but it doesn't get implemented well, and then it goes really badly. Yeah, I think it's much better to be able to communicate with what you want in your game than just having a bunch of devs that don't listen to you, don't balance the game, and don't care. And in the end, it kind of just comes down to which game is more fun, which game has more replayability, and also which game is more polished. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be playing a game that has terrible balancing over a game that's basically the same thing, but with much better balancing. If you watched my last video, you could see everything that they're adding or planning on adding, and they also plan to listen for like what needs to be changed and nerfed. This is all going to happen very soon, because the testing starts in 3 days. And I do think that this dev team is a bit faster when it comes to working on stuff, because they've already pushed out a lot of sneaks and a lot of new upcoming things that even Type Soul hasn't finished. Now, I don't know the reason for this, or maybe if they're just rushing themselves really hard. And I know Type Soul did just sneak a Benihime rework, and oh, the game is saved, they're turning it around. And I'm actually really surprised that Type Soul players care that much about a Benihime rework. Like, is it really that crazy? I mean, reworks are cool and all, don't get me wrong, but Type Reborn is reworking Flame into Yamamoto. And I don't know why Type Soul hasn't done that already, or at least made a Yamamoto spec, because like he's him. He's literally him. And you might say I'm just glazing because I like Type Reborn more. And you're right. I fucking hate Type Soul. And I'll say that every single damn day of my life. And in the end, I really think that this is just a content war. Whichever game has more content is probably going to win. But in my opinion, the more likely option is that people are just going to play both games, and one is slowly going to die off, or both are slowly going to die off at the same time. But it's not like I can predict the future. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I guess that's about it for the video.